So I pulled 2 messages cards from that person on your mind. And I got, I'm afraid to lose you, and I can't stop thinking about you. And then I pulled from the traditional tarot and discovered this person's about to reveal everything. But before we get into the reading, I have one special card for you. And that's the subscribe card. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more readings like this. Now, this person, I think you are not even aware of how strongly they feel, and they are coming in with a love offer because they have the faith to know that this could really work. The overall energy for this reading is the Knight of Cups and the Star. So the Knight of Cups is an exciting card because he's the deliverer of love messages. So this message is on its way to you. Like they're going to be texting you or calling you super soon. With the Star, this is all about wish fulfillment. This is something you've really been longing for. And it's something that the heavens have kind of aligned. You've kept the faith that this could work, and now this person's coming in. Now, I think this is pretty unexpected because we start this reading with the Three of Swords reversed. Now, Three of Swords is the energy of absolute heartbreak and devastation. It's like laying on your bathroom floor crying. And I think that was you when this person seemed like they rejected you. But in the reverse, we've healed from that. We've moved past it. And that's what I think is making this communication so surprising. Because it's going to feel like it comes from out of nowhere with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is all about fast movement, fast communication, right? This communication is going to become flying at you. You're like, what is this when you get the message? And I think it's that this person really can't get you off their mind. They walked away from this connection thinking, no big deal. But they've been sorely mistaken. You have been living rent-free in their head for a while now. And they are being forced to ascend. Because we have the Devil reversed here. Now, they could be a Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. More than that, this card is indicating that they've had to really drop some toxic traits here. So, maybe they were kind of in and out, and that's the toxic trait in and of itself. Or it could be like whatever bad habits they were involved in before. So when you knew them last time, whatever was sort of tough about the situation and about their behavior, they've been forced to fix that. Spirit kind of put them in a timeout for a while with the Hermit here. Now, they could also be a Virgo, but doesn't have to be. This person was really forced to kind of go within. And I think part of the communication you're receiving from them is this story that, they walked away since you guys last talked. You would not leave their brain. They would wake up thinking about you. They'd go to sleep thinking about you. In the middle of the day when they're just having their lunch, they're like, I wonder what so-and-so's doing. And it felt like everyone else kind of fell away from their life. So they've had to do this internal journey. That's what the Hermit's about. They've had to go within, kind of find the root cause of what was creating some of their toxic behaviors, and also find what brings them joy, what brings them real happiness. And now they're coming out of hiding to kind of share that because that joy includes you. And they are going to be asking for your forgiveness here. They're going to be asking to come in from out of the cold. When we see the Five of Pentacles reversed, this is like someone kind of laying themselves at your mercy. Like they're giving you their heart and saying, please be gentle. Because they know they've caused a lot of grief and anguish, and they're hoping that you can forgive them for that. But it's going to shock you how this person has changed and grown. I think this was someone who liked to live in their head. When we see the Eight of Swords, this is all about just mental entrapment. Like they just had a really negative perspective on life. And like they just truly believed that love was not for them. Good things were not for them. But in the reverse here, they've really released that mindset. It's like they've gotten into this energy of ready to accept something new, ready to move forward with something in a very healthy manner. And then we have 2 return cards here in a row. So that is what's really precipitated their return to you. With the Six of Swords reversed, they thought they were going off to find calmer waters just to discover that the grass was not greener. And so now they're back. And they had walked away from a situation, a relationship that had meant a lot to them at one point in time. And they thought they could find something more aligned to them. But in that journey, they realized, no, it's time to come home. The Six of Cups comes next, and that just simply indicates that this person really feels like soul family. This is a really strong soul tie. If you believe in past lives, likely you guys have done this before in a past life. But you just feel like home to them. Because you can see in this card, it's just a couple of kids kind of enjoying each other's company, sharing a bunch of flowers. Like, that's the level of joy and happiness and comfort that this person has discovered you bring them. And I feel like they're just like, oh my gosh, why have I waited so long? Why did it take me forever to figure this out? Because when we see the Two of Swords reversed, this is someone they knew they needed to make a better choice in their life. And they've just kind of sat on that decision. I think when this person figured out that they just can't get you off their mind, that they may have made a mistake here, they just got super embarrassed and scared. Because I have a feeling this person was likely very emotionally volatile when you guys were talking. You probably saw a lot of disruption. Since we got the Devil reversed in the first row here, I really feel like that is about toxic traits that were obvious to everyone except for this person. And once you guys kind of split up and they've been forced to kind of go within, they've been able to kind of figure out, crap, I got to get my stuff together. And now they're just kind of embarrassed that I should have realized all this sooner. And I think that's why it's taken this person some time to come in. You see, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. This person just been dragging their feet. But now that they've come to this realization, they're just sort of ripping off the Band-Aid. They're like, okay, go for it. And I think they're coming in much more humble than they once were. So if this person kind of used to behave like they knew all the answers, I think they're going to be coming in this incredibly different energy. They've been sort of humbled by their circumstances. Like, you weren't the only person to leave their life. Others left their life too, and that's why they've had to kind of go through this whole transition. And they're realizing that nobody really loved them the way that you did. And that's something worthy of treasuring. And they're finally ready to put the work in here with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about putting in that steady day-to-day energy, putting it in like relentlessly. And I feel like they were finally understanding that relationships take this kind of effort. Plus, since we have 3 Pentacles cards in a row like this, I really feel like this person, if they were having financial troubles before, they've put them to rest. They've really been kind of working on that, making sure that they're putting in all the effort in the areas of their life that they need to put effort into to kind of create a better situation for themselves, and so that they just have more to give as a person in a relationship. Because I really feel like they have alchemized their life. Like, they have taken what they had, the pieces around them, particularly after everything seemed to fall apart, and really just changed it into something brand new. So Temperance is a card of alchemy, right? It's also a card of patience and trusting in divine timing. I think before, when you were near this person, the timing was just off. They had too many things going on in their life that they needed to attend to. Like, they just weren't in a position before that they could pursue a relationship with another person. They had to clean up too much of what was going on with them. But now they're heading off on this bright, new, beautiful path, like heading towards their happiness, heading towards their joy, and you're a part of that path. Sagittarius could be important to this connection. Also Taurus. This is now a person ready for commitment when we see the Hierophant here. The Hierophant is about traditional relationships, and particularly relationships that would be blessed, right? In the original tarot, the Hierophant was actually the Pope. So I feel like this person's ready for a blessed union here. They're ready for a very traditional approach, perhaps even marriage. But it's definitely an indication of commitment. And I think that is someplace where this person has historically struggled in their life. But now they're actually prepared. Because everything's been happening for a reason here. When we see the Wheel of Fortune, these are forces outside of your control, outside of their control. Just, life has its ups and its downs. But in the upright, we are at the top of the wheel, experiencing the fortunes and the blessings that life has to offer us. And often it's because we've changed our perspective. We've really been able to be grateful for the relationships we have, the resources we have, the life that's ours. And when we're in that attitude of gratitude, it just brings in more blessings for us. And so I feel like this person's really realized how valuable you are and how unique your connection is. And they just kind of had to go through a whole hot mess before they could realize it. But now the timing is right and the door is opening. Because we end this initial spread with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is the twin flame card, 1111. But it also represents celebrations, marriages, happiness, joy. Notice how the card is structured like a door. Like a door has been opened to this promise of blessings and joy and marriage. So all of this has happened for a reason, and I don't think it could have happened any other way. They were simply soul lessons that had to be learned here. Now, I think likely their first communication to you is going to be electronic with the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is indicative of online or internet in modern view. So likely you're going to get like a text message, at least at the beginning. And it's probably going to be sort of small. But once it gets going, boy, howdy, is it taking off. So let's get a little advice for you here. The Spirit is urging you here to keep an open mind with the Hangman reversed. So when we're dealing with a past connection, I think it's incredibly healthy to be skeptical, but open. So really, I feel like with the Hangman reverse here, you're being asked to look at this from a new angle, asked to look at this from a new perspective. Consider where they were when you guys last talked, what they've been through, and where they seem to be right now. And allow that to slowly guide your decision making around this situation. The Hangman's also a card of discernment, right? It's about being still and listening to the inner voice, knowing when to move, when to hold them and when to fold them. But most importantly with this, Spirit wants you to release any remaining grief that there might have been for you in regards to this person and in regards to this situation. So at the very least, it's going to be time for you to let bygones be bygones. At the very most, it might be time to start a new chapter. This is a time of sober thinking. We had the Devil reversed in the original spread, and now we have the Four of Cups reversed. Both of these cards have similar meanings in these positions. This is about releasing toxic patterns, toxic behaviors, addictions, addictive patterns. It literally can be about stopping from over drinking. But even more than that, it's about getting into an attitude of gratitude, about appreciating the things that life has to offer you. So whether or not you decide to move forward with this person, appreciate the experience of reconnecting. And develop, if you haven't already, an appreciation for their coming into your life to begin with, and now returning to you. And remain sober about things. So even if you do get back with this person, stay alert, stay open-minded, keep your eyes wide open, and proceed from a very sober mindset. It can be easy to get swept away by the romance of it all, but you're being called to be cautiously optimistic. Because yes, indeed, if this is going to work or if you're going to move on, this is something that an old cycle has to come to an end so that a new cycle can be born, a new opportunity and a new world created. And no matter what you do, no matter what happens here, you continue to care for you, boo-boo. The Queen of Pentacles is the archetype of the good mother. She knows how to care for herself, for her home, for her family, and for her community. The Queen of Pentacles is all about understanding her own abundance. And she gives generously, but from that place of abundance. Always knowing her own value and knowing her own worth. So no matter what you decide here, you need to keep that in mind. Well, that's what I have for you today. I hope this reading was helpful. If it was, please do like, please subscribe and follow the channel. I hope you'll stick around with us though for this next video here. And thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your good vibes. I'll see you next time.